from the campus of Westfield State University. This is 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield.
WSKB's programming is generously underwritten by Whip City Fiber, Westfield Gas and Electric, where they offer gigabit internet speed. Whip City Fiber, turning Westfield's neighborhoods into fiberhoods. On the web at whipcityfiber.com.
We thank the generosity of our underwriters. For more information, please contact the Westfield State Foundation at 413-572-8646.
It is Tuesday.
Bob's going to come in hot.
Yeah, he'll be running in the door in a minute. This is J-Pag Luca, Pete Coles on the other side of the board, and Bob Plass will soon be in the studio, coffee in hand.
Gracing us with his presence.
Yeah. Boy, what a wonderful tree lighting we had over the weekend.
I know, I saw pictures.
It was
from a lot of people.
Yeah, thanks to so many people that helped put that together. Too many certainly to name here. I really like the white lights around the poles, the light poles around the green.
Yeah, it actually makes the green look bigger.
Did
you notice that? It looks look bigger.
It's perfect. They tried the first couple of years to put lights in the trees, but I'll tell you what, there's something about the simple pole wrap of the little lights that is perfect. It's just absolutely perfect, and they put the tree on the green the tree on the stage that I thought was going to be a little funny looking, but actually I like it a lot.
Proportionally, it actually fits perfectly.
I think it is. I think it is. It's higher. It's more prominent up there. It really turned.
I was with you. I was like, proportionally, I don't know if that's going to work because the diameter of the fountain I thought was actually bigger, and it's actually just smaller than, you could kind of fit around it.
Yeah, and the tree fit down in the fountain, but whatever. It's putting it up on the stage. I think it really, really worked well. So thanks to the G&E folks for making that happen. I'm not sure whose decision it was to do the lights around the light poles, but I'm guessing that was also G&E or Park and Rec or Public Works or.
Yeah.
It's
amalgamation of all of them.
I would say probably that's the case.
Yeah, and it does. It makes the green actually look bigger.
Yeah,
I was surprised by that because driving around, I'm like, I know how big the green actually is because I've been on it.
We've
one of those few people that have been on it.
We've measured it. Because
right.
I know how many extension cords it takes to get from one end to the other.
That's
true. Good morning, Robert. How are you?
Good morning, everyone.
Yeah, see, now we can get the show underway.
Oh, yeah.
Not so much because Bob is here, but because he brought coffee.
Oh, Bob, you don't even know. I haven't slept well the past 2 nights, so I need it like you wouldn't believe.
You need more coffee than I do, probably.
And I've been hearing him whine since we got here this morning. Please, give him coffee.
A scant 7 minutes ago.
Oh, yeah. And have you...
Come on, make him think he's late. We've been here for hours.
Oh, you have.
Really? Oh, my God. I was behind somebody who was going 30 miles an hour, and I was getting so angry, and I didn't know what to do. And then I started to think, that could be me in a year or two. Then I started to think, do I pass him or not? And then he turned into the public safety lab. He's a policeman.
Yeah,
he was a policeman, and
a dispatcher,
somebody connected to the law, and so consequently, I saved myself by going 30 miles an hour.
So no worries at all. Now, see, here's the thing.
Yeah.
I can remember there was, when the speed limit was 55 on the highways, when, the highways are made for a little bit faster than that. And, it was all about saving, somebody thought that it was more fuel efficient. I still, not sure I buy into
Actually,
that
the most
argument.
fuel efficient is 40 miles an hour.
Okay. So
40 miles an hour, really?
Yep, 40 to 45.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And we're all in gridlock on the highway.
Yeah.
So back then I was driving a truck. That would have been the mid to late 70s. I was driving a truck around the Northeast. And then Smokey and the Bandit came out.
Oh, yeah.
And radar detectors. And, it was like, how fast can I get away with driving on the highway? And there was radar traps, and then laser guns, and and then speed traps from the air, and they're pulling you over. You know what the best thing that has ever happened to help law enforcement keep speed down on the highway?
What is it?
GPS. Now, do you know why?
Why? Oh, because you keep looking at your GPS and that slows you down?
No. What it does is if you look at your GPS, it gives you an ETA of when you're going to get where you're going.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
All right, so say the speed limit on the highway is 65 miles an hour.
Yeah.
If you go 70 miles an hour for that 2 or 3 hours that you were there, you realize you got there 2 minutes earlier.
Right. It's true.
It's like, what's
right?
the
No,
point?
it's true.
It goes
Oh,
75.
man, I gotta tell my
And now-
spouse this.
and
This
now you
is good
save-
news.
Yeah, now you save 4 minutes.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. Just sit back, turn up the tunes, and enjoy the ride.
But do you think that when people get behind the wheel, it also is in terms of getting there quicker, but also is a power thing that you are behind the wheel? Certainly, I feel that when James is behind the wheel, that he's doing some power trip on me. I mean, I got you where I want
If I
you,
was
and you
in-
better shut up.
If I was in a Maserati on the highway,
Yeah.
I got the power trip. If I'm in your little electric car, not so much.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true. That is true. But I think there is some, and I've noticed that folks who drive a larger vehicle sometimes think that they have
Cadillac syndrome.
Yeah, that they.
We'll
have
ask Kenny
this-
about that in the 8 o'clock hour.
They have this entitlement for the roads. Am I wrong or
They think they can muscle you over, is what
yeah,
you're saying.
especially those big mother SUVs. I
I
mean,
spent $80,000 on my car.
Oh, is that-
on getting around you?
that's exactly right. And I can sit above the traffic and see where everything is, and everyone behind me doesn't see anything because I'm blocked because I have one of those sunscreen back things. So you're like driving in a truck or something.
George Carlin said it right
Yeah.
long time ago. George Carlin was a very wise man.
Oh yeah,
He says
Yeah.
driving on the road is a dangerous thing. He says because either they're idiots trying to get around you or they're jerks in front of you that are going too slow.
Oh,
So-
man. Oh yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
before we forget,
Yes,
Bob,
my
got to
friend.
say thank you for helping all of you. There was so many people and organizations that helped put the tree lighting together over the weekend,
man,
and
I'm
it was
telling you.
so well done. Thank you very much. I know you were kind of the grand poobah
I was around
or the
there.
grand
I was-
papa or something.
I was
can't
doing
remember.
something with you put candles on your head and then you've got this power trip. And
Bob was running around. Yeah, Bob was running around with his candles cut off.
my candles cut off. Yeah. So here's the deal. You see, somehow or other, when I was marching in the parade with that candles, we were running around. Actually, it was a much cleaner takeoff. That you'd appreciate this. It's like NASA when you're putting a parade together.
Precision instruments.
Precision instruments and stuff. We have 4 floats. We have 4 floats, 1 band, 5 puppets, 4 marching units, 600 folks who have never maybe marched in a parade, or some of them have.
And a partridge in a pear
So I saw 2
tree.
puppets and 3 umbrellas.
Oh no! Oh! Stop that! Oh yeah! No,
umbrella's an umbrella.
Yeah, those were umbrellas.
No,
were-
Jay, those are parasols. Thank you very much.
Parasols. So, so we're getting the parade ready. At the
Yes, you're
family
marshalling.
town. Okay. Now to marshal everybody there, I'm running all around, and of course I'm not going to do it with candles on my head. So I got all my costume off and stuff. So I'm running all around, and then all of a sudden the fire truck arrived, and the fire truck arrived about 6:05 or so, and we're supposed to kick off at 6:15
For Santino Clausio.
Santino Clausio and the fire truck. So Santa Claus was on one side of the parade grounds, on one side of Family Dollar. The fire truck was parked on the other side, and so we had to wait for Santa to go from one side to the other, and of course he has to walk through all of the wonderful children, and
And they all want to stop and talk to him.
Oh my God! But everything was lined up really well this year, thanks to James Homan and Jerry Tomasco. They did a great job, and but so somehow or other, when it was my turn to march, I was like 20 feet behind the marching the police. No, who was in front of me? I think.
Well, you had the town crier.
The town
bell.
crier, and I was supposed but the mayor was in front of me. I think. The mayor and the city. Absolutely. That was it. Yeah, that's true. Mayor and city officials were in front of me, and then so there's this 20-foot distance, and then I look behind me, and there's another 30-foot distance. So I am virtually walking alone.
You're on an island, Bob.
An island and to myself, which was sort of, as I was thinking back on it, I was thinking, did the people think that I really needed to be that much exposed? I mean, there was
No, they didn't want to be anywhere near you, Bob.
It's those feathers. I keep telling James, let's get rid of those feathers, put fur on the darn thing.
And the people around my side of the stage, we kept going, somebody go light those candles.
Oh yeah. Oh, my God. I've got the idea. Everybody says that. They say, when are you going to light those candles? Well, on QVC, they sell the candles that have they're not lit. They're what do you call it?
They're
electric one.
And they have this little flame.
Flicker.
Yeah. I'm buying those. We're going to have those for next year. My candles are going to be lit. Yeah, don't you think?
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
And on the other hand, there's a lot of other ways to get lit. But it's early in the morning.
So speaking of lighting, though, Jay, oh man, you really lit that stage, and
I saw what he was planning in the afternoon before I went over to Springfield for my gig. It looked cool.
It was really wonderful.
It's nice having a compact area to do things in, right? Lighting wise,
it turned out nice. Yeah. And and then having Leslie Lambert and her dancers out there, and of course Corey Bruno and the choir. Yeah. That was a perfect combination. The setting was perfect.
It was, and you know what? We were talking about it beforehand. And we were worried that there wouldn't be any room on the stage for folks.
No, that worked out well.
And it really worked out well. Sometimes an accident is better than what was the accident.
Well, we were talking about that before you came in, that tree is very proportional for that stage. It's perfect.
Well, it is proportional to that stage. And somebody asked me, well, why did you move it from over the fountain?
You didn't have a choice.
No. Well, we had because at the end of the month or sometime during this month, the cake,
the
350th cake is going to be over the fountain.
Right, they have to start building it.
Yeah. And so consequently, we had to find a place for the tree. And so the 350th said, there's the stage. We put it on the stage, and then the pictures from the newspaper. The setting was perfect. There was room for everyone on the stage. The high school choir. And the high school choir was lovely. And then we had this 10 feet with the June Taylor dancers or the Rockettes, New England Center dancers, and I kept thinking, really, it was great. They were.
Leslie will like that you gave her the promotion.
Leslie's not old enough to know who the June Taylor dancers are.
I'm not either, but I know who they are.
All right, who are they?
Wasn't a famous dance troupe of like the early 50s, 40s, and 50s?
Well, what program were they on?
I don't know which program they're on, but
From Miami Beach in Florida.
Does that give you a clue?
No.
Oh,
that's how the show opened every week.
To the moon, Alice.
Oh, the Honeymooners?
No.
But who was the character?
Who was the?
To the moon, Alice. But after
Ralph Cramden. Oh, is the
Who played
Jackie
him?
Gleason
the
has his own
Jackie
show?
Gleason
The
show.
Jackie Gleason
Oh no, I didn't
show.
realize he had his own variety show.
Wow.
of
Well,
course.
the Honeymooners was part of the Jackie Gleason show.
Well, the Honeymooners
originally.
came first.
Yeah,
And then,
yes.
then they were there was a little break. They would always do a spiff on the Honeymooners.
Right.
Who was the orchestra?
The Ray Block Orchestra.
No.
Wait a minute. From Miami, the June Taylor Dancers and the Jackie Gleason Orchestra. Because Jackie Gleason had an orchestra.
Sammy Spear and his orchestra.
Oh, my God.
And all of a sudden it comes right back, doesn't it?
Oh, my God.
Isn't
yes.
it? Yeah.
Holy God. Yeah.
That
yeah,
was,
yeah.
and it was,
And the June Taylor Dancers.
Right,
and
I knew that.
and that was all part of the early '60s. Were just great for those variety shows, right through into the early '70s. So
Oh, my God.
it
Oh,
started with the Jackie Gleason show.
What's a show of shows was even
Our
before.
show of show was the '50s.
Yeah,
that was
50s.
Sid Caesar. Yep,
Sid
our show of show.
Caesar, yes. Emma Jean Coca.
There's a wonderful movie called My Favorite Year. And it's
I love that.
It's
the
a
movie.
takeoff on that live Sid Caesar show.
Oh, really?
Oh, it's wonderful.
Oh,
Go out. If you haven't seen it, go see it. My Favorite Year. It's Peter O'Toole is in it, and he is wonderful. He's a wonderful part in
There
that.
was actually a really pretty good Broadway musical based on My Favorite Year. Nobody knows.
Was there? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Ah.
It was pretty dynamic. Well, the June Taylor Dancers. So you created this little area where the stage was. So it was the perfect night for community. That's the way I felt.
Yeah.
Don't you think so?
It was for family. Again, another great family event. This is one of the things I'm loving about the Westfield on Weekends has been working with so many other organizations. I've always been a big collaborator, or instigator. I can't remember which, but we.
I like instigator. That's good. But that's good.
Getting all of the different organizations here in town together is what's making these events better.
Oh,
it
absolutely.
really is. So
Well,
I'm glad that's happening.
It's really funny because when I said that we had 4 floats, we actually do have 4 floats. And got to give a shout out to the Amelia Park Children's Museum, and Rick Barry puts on this great show. Bill Parks, honest to God, his float for the Boys and Girls Club was just lovely. It was
He's got
all
a good
lit.
crew over there.
Oh my!
They are having
Oh,
more
Kelly
and more
Brown
fun.
was so good to us.
Yeah.
And then our Pumpkin Fest committee, okay, put together with Faith Young. Faith Young is this young, wonderful student from Vocational Technical High School. No, that's not what it's called any longer. What's it? The Westfield Technical
Academy.
She's in the aeronautics division over there, and she built, with the help of her family, Paula Young and Roxanne Sabonis, all these folks who did the morning Santa's Family Workshop, come at night to do this. And so they had a lovely float. And then I got a phone call from somebody named Ann Pomeroy. Had no idea who Ann Pomeroy was.
Is that from the
Pomeroy
from
Farms?
the farm?
Well, I think it may be because the Pomeroy family is sort of like the Osmond family. There are thousands of them apparently.
kids.
Yeah. And it turns out that this is a family that has a float in the Wyben parade during the
then
summer.
That must be the Pomeroys. Yeah, up the farm.
Yeah.
We did pancakes up there every fall.
Oh,
or spring.
Oh, yeah.
Right, yeah.
So Ann calls and says, could we have a float? And I said, absolutely. And then she calls back and she said, well, it's going to be called Rockin' Through the Ages. And then I'm thinking, geez, they're really
Sounds
going
cool,
all
yeah.
I thought it was a radio station. Turns out to be a family. They had these 2 rocking chairs and a Christmas tree, and then the entire family is sitting around the tea. They had them. They were playing instruments and stuff. It was all lit up. It was
it cool?
So dynamic. And I thought to myself, well, we got business. We got not-for-profits doing floats. Now we got families doing floats. We get some businesses doing floats.
Are they all signed up for the 350th parade?
Harry was going down the line.
passing out
Harry
cards.
Rock was going down the line. Yeah, but it was a lovely evening. And before we go any further, let's thank the committee who were wonderful. And I sent out a report. We're having our Westfield on Weekends meeting tonight, Jay. yesterday afternoon, I was so tired, and I said, "Oh God, I don't want to go to this meeting." So I sent Jay a text. Do you think the meeting could go? Could we move the meeting until next week and stuff? And then
I didn't see the text yet.
Thank you. You haven't seen the text yet.
Officially.
Okay. Yeah. Thank God you didn't. Stop it.
So
you saw
it's
the
actually
text.
tonight, though, right?
Yeah, it's tonight.
The meeting is
So,
tonight.
Bob,
Then
go
I
home and take a
realized
nap.
it's only an hour out of my day. What am I doing? So
I had a Babe Ruth meeting that was supposed to be about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
2.5 hours later, we're leaving. It was like, I understand.
No. But we have President Jay Pagluca of Westfield on weekends right
Runs
there.
a tight ship.
He keeps
Rules with an iron fist.
Really, we're out of there.
You, sir, are out of order.
I know. But that meant that I had to I had to write my report.
out of order.
Oh, no,
So
sorry.
I write the report, Jay. I write the report on my phone, and then realize I can't copy it onto the thing I wanted to with everybody. And then in the middle of the night, I realized, oh my God, I was thanking all these people, and I didn't thank Danny Nason. And without Danny, I thanked everyone and their brother. I thanked my mother for giving birth to me years ago. No, that's for giving me the
Lord.
opportunity to do this thing. No. So I forgot Danny Nason. Now, Danny took lots of great pictures, but he also was responsible for getting me in and out of the gazebo, doing yeoman's duty, carrying everything with a great spirit, and of course taking care of Lucille. And Lucille was there in a car. We got her to march. She our friend Lucille Nason, who had a little operation recently, was there in a Volkswagen, beautiful Volkswagen. Yeah, it was a great evening.
I'm
Danny,
glad
if you're listening, thank you a bunch. Thank you. So at any rate, it was at what do you call that? Somebody described it as It's a Wonderful Life evening. It felt like It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah.
And so I am going to play why don't we do song number 2, because we lit the Christmas tree on
We're doing something out of order, Bob?
Yeah.
Well, he blew through the first break, so.
Okay, I did. Yeah. We'll go to song 2, which is a French song, but you're going to recognize the tune. Now you say, oh, God, he's going to play one of those strange numbers from France. Actually, it's James Taylor. It's James Taylor and his Christmas album. He sings in French. Now, let me see if I can say that. Mon bon sapin, which means my beautiful tree, my beautiful green tree or something like that.
Gotcha.
My beautiful fir.
Evergreen.
So it's O Tannenbaum, O Christmas tree, da 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 da.
Gotcha.
So this is it, I think, and it's by James Taylor, and it's for all you James Taylor fans and for everyone who came out on Saturday night and for that wonderful Pumpkin Fest, Christmas, December Fest committees.
Mon beau sapin, roi des forêts, que j'aime ta verdure. Mon beau sapin, roi des forêts, tu gardes ta parure. Compagnie de bois éclairés sont dépouillés de leurs attraits. Sapin, roi des forêts, que j'aime ta verdure. Joli sapin, tes vers sombés et leur fidèle ombrage. Joli sapin, tes vers sombés m'offre la douce image de la foi qui ne me manque jamais, de la constance, de la paix. Joli sapin, tes vers sommés m'offre la douce image. Toi que Noël planta chez nous au saint anniversaire. Toi que Noël planta chez nous, tu répands la lumière. comme ils sont beaux, comme ils sont doux, et tes bonbons, et tes zouzous. Toi que Noël planta chez nous, au saint anniversaire. Et quand la neige blanchit tes traits, que ta verdure disparaît, mon beau sapin roi des forêts, tu brilles dans l'azur.
Support for community radio on WSKB is provided by Betts Plumbing and Heating Supply Company, an independent, family-owned wholesaler serving Westfield for over 50 years, specializing in plumbing, heating, and industrial piping supplies. On the web at bettsplumbing.com or at 14 Coleman Avenue in Westfield. Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Comcast and Xfinity.com. Offering Xfinity TV, Internet, home phone, and home security services. Information on all that Xfinity has to offer in the Westfield area is available online at Xfinity.com.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Westfield Bank. For more than 160 years, Westfield Bank has been an important community presence and commercial leader in the Pioneer Valley. With convenient full banking services in Westfield, West Springfield, East Longmeadow, Agawam, Feeding Hills, Springfield, Southwick, as well as Enfield and Granby, Connecticut, visit us on the web at westfieldbank.org. We thank the generosity of our underwriters. For more information, please contact the Westfield State Foundation at 413-572-8646. Friday mornings is something different on 89.5 FM. It's JP's Talk About Town.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from the campus of Westfield State University. This is 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield.
Westfield on weekends. Wow. It's Tuesday morning, and it is December 4th, 2018. And I'm Bob Plass. I'm here with the Duke of the Dials, December's Duke of the Dials.
Very nice. I like that one.
Yeah, you like the Duke of the Dials. And our crusty, musty, dusty, lusty, and whatever trusty sidekick. This year, his name is JPEG.
I like you put the qualifier on that one.
Well, all that does is makes me really scared about next year.
Right.
I don't know. I'm plain old Bob. Just Bob. Just
what
Jack.
Happened to
just
Baba-Palooza?
Yeah, Baba-Palooza. Okay,
you were the decked out December of Baba-Palooza.
I was saying we were talking to you. Put Palooza on the end of anything, and it becomes a festival. So you know, if you're thinking about, well, what's the next festival we're going to do? We'll just put Palooza on any older Couch Palooza. I don't know. What is that? Will that work? Can you picture that?
I'm just going to turn your guest on so she can start laughing at you like the rest of us.
Oh my gosh! There's a beautiful laugh if ever there was one. That's Tanya Vancini.
Good morning, Tanya.
Good morning. You guys have much too much fun too early in the morning.
Yeah. Do you think we're too perky, Tanya?
Never too perky.
The coffee's kicking in.
Yeah. Sometimes I wonder whether, I'm just waking up and you got three crazy people talking on the airways and whatever.
I know. What a way to get up in the morning.
Oh, my God.
You know what, Bob? I rewatched the old Connecting Point piece.
Yes.
And you are so funny in that piece. The clips that they used of you when Dave Frazier was here is very, very funny.
I can't even remember this. Oh, really? Oh, God. That's Tanya. That was when I was on I was on a TV show. You see,
they came in. Yeah. They came to the studio on a Tuesday.
Oh, and they taped me.
Remember they did the whole thing.
Oh yeah,
they interviewed you in the hallway.
I never watch any of that stuff. Hey, Tanya,
Yes.
Thank you for marching in the parade with she was like me. She had one banner. I kept saying, let's find somebody else to march. She said, no, I'm going to stand with this banner. And I thank you for marching with one banner. It was great.
Oh, I single-handedly carried the banner, yeah.
Oh, you were great.
It was fun. Bob, it's a great, great event. I told my husband last night, I've watched it grow. I've watched it grow into what it is. It's wonderful.
Oh,
the puppets and the parade grows every year, and Santa and Mrs. Claus. It's just wonderful, and I think families look forward to it. And Jay with his lighting, and it's just
everything comes together.
Well done.
Yeah. Well, I always tell people that my wife doesn't let me play with that stuff at home, so I got to take it somewhere.
It was great.
Yeah, you do a great job, Jay.
Jay, did you have Hollywood lights in the sky?
Yes.
Yeah, you know,
if Jay was allowed to play at home, you'd be able to see his house from space.
Hey, I wonder, do you light your house at Christmas time? Is there any light on your house at Christmas time?
Nah, I live at a dead end. Nobody comes up to watch.
You have probably, is it like, is there a light in the window? A Christmas tree?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
There we are. Okay.
No, when I first moved
Marion would insist on that, I'm sure.
When I first moved into the neighborhood, on Halloween, I made the whole front of the house like a deep purple, and it just looked as you walk up the hill, all you saw was this purple house in the distance. Not one kid came to the door.
Oh, you're kidding.
They're afraid the lightning would go off as they approached.
Afraid. Tanya, do you decorate the outside of your home at all, or what do you do?
Oh, yeah. Yep. We usually put lights up on all the bushes and wreaths on all the front windows and candles in all the front windows.
Well, have you been over to the Riverdale Road area? If you go the back route to the Riverdale Road, over there
in West
Springfield. On that route, do you know the house I'm speaking of that has thrown the kitchen sink at Lighting in America?
Yeah. They start setting it up like in October.
Yeah.
But what I want to know is, it's a small house. Where do they put all this stuff?
It is so tiny.
Well, let me tell you, if you drive by sometime in the summer and look very closely into their trees and bushes, the lights are all still in there.
Oh, gosh.
Store them in place.
For those folks in Wisconsin who are listening, this house says there's a snowman next to Santa, and then there's the nativity, and then there's another. They have competing nativities on either side of their house.
Oh, that's a different one, Bob. I thought you meant another one. Yeah, that's a different one. He keeps buying things and putting them up. It's the Christmas spirit is very strong and alive.
Oh my God!
He's got a Santa and all the reindeer flying up over the front.
Flying up all over the place.
Yes.
But there's no logic to it, you know. Like Jay would come in, or you would come in and say, "Now this has to be here, or this has to be here." They're just finding room for any old little light. I mean, I love their spirit, but. And it's hard when you're driving to, you either have to pull up in front of the house. You can.
It's in a perfect spot because you can see it from a distance. It's on almost a little curve there.
Yeah.
So you can see it all the way down both ways.
Yeah.
And then
you have to.
They gotta go out. They go out every year. I know they go out to tag sales and go, look, something else.
But you find that driving by, don't you, Tanya? I keep thinking there's going to be an accident here one way or another because I want to look at this house in more detail. I think Jesus waved at me. Baby Jesus waved at me as I go by or something,
Nah, Bob, I know him. He wouldn't.
He wouldn't wave at me, no. Hey, so Tanya, I decorated the front, James decorated, let's be truthful. Across from the post office, we decorated the door, and then yesterday we went to Home Depot. And James bought this light to shine on the house. Now I had one house tour sign left that I was putting up around corners and stuff. And all of a sudden, James said, "Why don't we put it outside in front of our house since our house is on the tour?"
There you go.
And so now it looks like this perfect advertisement. And
Bob, you are always thinking. That's great.
Oh, yeah,
That's
Well,
great.
yeah. When you see it, drive by at night. It really looks lovely. I think.
I will.
Yeah.
I will.
Courtesy of Home Depot's garden supply, garden center, and some catalog. James, we get every catalog in the book for Christmas time, and there is boxes coming and boxes and boxes, and none of them are presents. They're all like little this and a little of that.
I understand that concept.
Oh, God help me. At any rate, there goes my trip to Europe in the summer. No, that's no.
Okay, so next thing we get for Bob is a sequencer. So when he runs with the music, he can do the sequences around the house, and it'll look like a.
What's a sequencer?
Yeah, what is a sequencer?
So you can you plug in lights to it, and it kind of it's a mini version of what Jay uses out on the road, and you can sequence all your lights to music.
Oh,
runs on a computer.
Up by the high school, there's somebody that does
Bellevue Drive, I think it is.
Yeah, is somebody that he's got a little FM transmitter, so he plays music. You can listen to it on your car radio, and he's got lights all over the front and the back of the house, the trees over the house, and they all go in time to the music. It's like Trans-Siberian Orchestra type
right?
thing.
Yeah, and it doesn't use DMX, but it's the same idea. That you can
sort of like Dancing Waters or something.
You can sequence each light to the music. You can turn on groups of lights and things like that. It's pretty cool. The program is about $300. I priced it once because I was like,
how do you get it to turn? Like Jay said, you could turn on a radio station and hear his house.
The Chinese are wonderful for that.
Yeah,
the Chinese have little FM transmitters.
It's a small. Well, for the record, it's a small, legal, low power FM transmitter.
Less than 1 watt.
Yeah, you drive 300 feet from the house, you can't hear it anymore.
Yeah, right. If you drive away from the house, it goes away.
And the house next door has a big neon sign that says, "In order to enjoy the music next door, tune to whatever."
And turn your lights off.
That. Turn your lights off. At any rate, now Tanya. We just didn't call you just to talk because you're lovely and fun.
Well, that's kind of a disappointment to me, Bob.
She fits right in. I love it.
Actually, we called you, Tanya, because the longer you talk, the less we have to listen to Bob.
No. Tanya has been working for months, and I mean months.
Yes, that's true.
On the historic, well, it's an annual house tour. It's not historic houses. Well, actually, tell us.
It's a little bit of both.
Yeah, that's how we started off, as historic houses.
Right.
When we started the house tour, but now we've expanded to include interesting houses, or houses with interesting architectural features, or houses that are unusually decorated, or simply houses where people enjoy the way that they decorate and want to share it with others, and so they open their doors and share. So it's
and allow
really
400
wonderful.
people to walk through the house.
But you think about it this way: all the work it takes, and these folks do, they lovingly and beautifully deck out their houses for the holidays, and you think about all of the work that takes. Why not open your doors so that others can enjoy it and appreciate it? And I'll tell you what, I went through this, and it's like I never imagined what people do. I know what I do, but it's like, what do I have time for? These guys must plan this for months,
or years.
Yeah. Well, you get the ornaments over the
degrees.
Yes.
You get various degrees of planning. There is one house on our tour this year where she was on last year, and yes, she spends months. She has been living Christmas for 2 years here. She's an interior designer, independent interior designer, and her home is jaw-dropping.
Oh, my.
Jaw-dropping.
Yeah, and she's done some new things from last year's tour because she's such a great designer.
Yes. She has some new things, yes, some new things that she's added. She's included now every home and every room in her house that we can walk through. There'll be guides upstairs and downstairs to make sure that people see and understand everything. that they're looking at and what her plan was in decorating. It's absolutely jaw-dropping. I was there just a couple of days ago just to make sure everything was okay, and I had to stop. I had to have a moment in front of one of the fireplaces. The way she's decorated it, I couldn't believe it. It was stunning. Stunning, magazine, stunning.
Oh yeah. Oh good.
So,
she's it's beyond belief. And for those who have seen it before, you've got to see the new stuff. And for those who haven't, you've got to take the trip. And folks wonder why this is a house that is in South Granby. North Granby,
Connecticut. Yes, which is just over the Massachusetts line. And normally, of course, we just take homes in Westfield. But because of her generous spirit and her love of decorating and getting to know her, she offered last year to put her home on. And this year, she volunteered. She said, I'll do one more year because there were a lot of people and maybe some people didn't get to see. I'll do one more year. She said, but that's it. I've got to decorate my house for Thanksgiving next time and Halloween next time. So she's just been living Christmas. And most of what you see, she has created herself.
Yeah. She and you can go home and you can do what she's done. I mean, like there's a Santa office. I remember she had this office, this room that she made into Santa's North Pole office, and everything in it had something to do with the work of being Santa Claus.
Yes. The detail in her home that she pays attention to is incredible. She has letters from children. She even wrote some letters, left them partially open. They're very amusing. You can read them from standing right there, just to create the atmosphere, just to give you the feeling of a child writing to Santa. It's just incredible. And she has created, this year, she's created angel wings above that fireplace. She did it. She made those angel wings. And you'll never guess what they're made from.
Oh, paper plates.
Yes. How did you know?
Oh, I don't know where. Gosh, I was channeling the woman from South Granby.
There you go.
Really?
And that's just one of the houses on our tour. We have another house that's a very grand Victorian that has been in the process of refurbishing for the last 15 years.
Wow.
This couple has been paying close attention to detail as well. And they've just completed the kitchen, so and they've got music that's being piped in through antique radios. In the room.
My gosh! Wow. You know, at our house, we are on the tour. Maybe this is because we have a new kitchen, and we had decided that we would allow folks up on the second floor to the bedroom.
That's great. That's going to be wonderful.
Yeah. And as all the houses that are on the tour, it's not just the tour. There's interaction. You've got spirits in some houses. You have the opportunity to have a little nog or grog or cookie or whatever in houses.
That kind of spirit.
Yeah. We're serving syllabub at West Silver Street. Syllabub. Do you know what syllabub is?
Yes. It's an old-fashioned drink in a punch bowl.
That's exactly right. James cannot wait to get that syllabub poured into the punch bowl to give to people. And I'm thinking...
It fits the atmosphere of your home. I was upstairs.
Yeah.
James was showing me around.
Yeah.
And boy, you get such a feel for what the history in that house.
Oh, it was built in 1760 or something like that, I think. I was a young child when my father decided to build that house. Work in the fields. Oh, no, that's not true at all. Hey, Tanya, why don't you want to stick around just for a little bit? I want to.
Sure.
Why don't we play song 3? Appropriately, this is Willie Nelson, This Old House. This great song. And this is a great version. I like Willie Nelson's version of Rosemary Clooney's hit, This Old House.
Now, this old house once knew my children. This old house once knew my wife. This old house was home and comfort as we fought the storms of life. This old house once rang with laughter. This old house heard many shouts. Now she trembles in the darkness when the lightning walks about. I ain't gonna need this house no longer. Ain't gonna need this house no more. Ain't got time to fix the shingles. Ain't got time to fix the floor. Ain't got time to all the hinges, nor to mend the window pane. Ain't gonna need this house no longer. I'm getting ready to meet the saints. This old house is a-getting shaky. This old house is a-getting old. This old house lets in the rain. This old house lets in the cold. Oh, my knees are a-getting chilly, but I feel no fear of pain, 'cause I see an angel peeking through a broken window pane. I ain't gonna need this house no longer. Ain't gonna need this house no more. Ain't got time to fix the shingle. Ain't got time to fix the floor. Ain't got time to haul the hinges, nor to mend the window pane. Ain't gonna need this house no longer. I'm getting ready to meet the saints. This old house is afraid of thunder. This old house is afraid of storms. This old house just groans and trembles when the night wind flings its arms. This old house is a-getting feeble. This old house is a-needing paint. Just like me, it's tuckered out, but I'm getting ready to meet the saints. I ain't gonna need this house no longer. Ain't gonna need this house no more. Ain't got time to fix the shingles. Ain't got time to fix the floor. Ain't got time to haul the hinges, nor to mend the window pane. Ain't gonna need this house no longer. I'm getting ready to meet the saints. Now my old hound dog lies asleeping. He don't know I'm gonna leave. Else he'd wake up by the fireplace and he'd sit there and howl and grieve. But my hunting days are over. Ain't gonna hunt the coon no more. Gabriel done brought in my chariot when the wind blew down the door. Ain't gonna need this house no longer. Ain't gonna need this house no more. Ain't got time to fix the shingles. Ain't got time to fix the floor. Ain't got time to haul the hinges, nor to mend the window pane. Ain't gonna need this house no longer. I'm getting ready to meet the saints.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Commercial Distributing Company of Westfield. Now in its third generation of family ownership, Commercial is one of the premier beverage distributors of Western Massachusetts. The Plasek family and the staff of Commercial Distributing wishes you good times throughout the year and urges you to drink responsibly.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Barnes & Noble College Bookstore in the Ely Campus Center, offering Westfield State t-shirts, sweatshirts, and gift merchandise, all of your academic needs, and offering textbook materials in new, used, ebook, and rental formats. Available at the bookstore on campus or online at westfieldstate.bncollege.com.
We thank the generosity of our underwriters. For more information, please contact the Westfield State Foundation at 413-572-8646. Friday mornings is something different on 89.5 FM. It's JP's Talk About Town.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB. Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
Wow, it's Tuesday morning. It is December 4th, 2018, and counting. I'm here with JPEG Luca, trusty sidekick, the kitten of the keys, and the Duke of December Styles. That's Peter Coles behind the board. And we have Tanya Vancini, the treasurer of Westfield End Weekends, and the chair of the...
Secretary.
Oh, you're the secretary. Oh, you're not in charge? Oh, geez, how long have you been doing that job?
No, I don't even balance my own checkbook.
I trust the bank, too.
I can't believe it. Yeah, you're exactly right. You're the secretary, so you take good notes of our rambling meetings, my ramblings.
Yeah, how do you keep up with Bob?
Yeah.
Well, the fact is I don't. But don't tell anybody.
Oh, that's funny.
No, you do a great job. You've done it for years, and you're really wonderful. Hey, there's a couple of other houses, right, on the tour?
Yes, there is one. That
we didn't tell anybody when this tour is before we
That'd
go
be
any
helpful,
further.
Bob.
Yeah, that would be helpful.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. It's December 9th.
This Sunday.
Mm-hmm. And it's going to be from 12 to 5. Normally it's 12 to 4, but because of the generosity of the household in North Granby, we've extended it for an hour just to give people time to get there. It only takes 18 to 20 minutes to drive there anyway, but just to give them enough time to look around because it's so beautiful. Ticket sales are pretty brisk. We've got tickets available at the Athenaeum, at Blended Vintage Marketplace.
That's 48 Elm Street. At Pilgrim Candle,
right.
16 Union Avenue.
And at Westfield Creative Arts, headquarters for WOW at 105 Elm Street.
That's exactly
So
it.
Tickets are available all over town.
How much are they, Tanya?
They're $20. We haven't raised the price for tickets in
a lot of years.
3, 4, 5 years.
Yeah.
Now, so the tour officially starts from the Renova building, 105 Elm, right?
It does. Now, if you've purchased a ticket, you bring your ticket to the Renova building, 105 Elm Street, and you exchange it for a booklet which tells you where the houses are, what their addresses are. There'll be a map inside to help you get to where you want to go. It's a self-guided tour, so you can arrange to go to whichever house in whatever order. But the booklet is what will get you into the home. And
it tells a lot about each one of the houses, the history of the houses.
It does. Yeah. Yes, it does. It gives a brief history or just a few interesting facts about the house.
Yeah. People wonder why we charge money. Well, this is a fundraiser for us to be able to do things like the Lantern Light Parade and whatever.
Absolutely. And we've got to thank everyone again for helping us out do stuff like this. The Westfield on Weekends is a lot of volunteers doing a lot of good things, but there's still a lot of things that the organization needs to pay for, and this is one of the ways that we do that. So your little contribution and coming out to see the house tour helps that. So
yes, yeah. So Tanya, so you go on, and you could go at 1 o'clock. You could go at 2 o'clock. How long would if you don't have to see all the houses. I mean, you can go wherever you want to go, but the tour you'd probably give yourself 2 hours or so.
Well, I would say 2.5 anyway. Our volunteers work half a shift, so that enables them to see all the houses on their off shift, on the time before or the time after.
Right.
So I would say about 2.5 hours, if you give yourself that long, you'll be able to see all the houses, including the one in North Granby.
Right. And the monies go to Westfield on Weekends. When you get the ticket, you can also see the Tree Jubilee, which is happening down at the Westfield Creative Arts, right?
Right. Now, if you go to 105 Elm Street at Westfield Creative Arts, you can not only buy your house tour ticket, but you can buy a raffle ticket to win one of, how many trees are there, Bob? 20 or so?
No, I think there are 20, 25 trees. Yes.
And wreaths.
Donated for the holidays. It's a really, the shop has been transformed into this tree wonderland all over.
It really is beautiful.
Yeah. And on the trees have been donated by businesses, by organizations, and on many of the trees there are valuable certificates for classes and for dinners and services, etc., etc. But the trees are all really unique,
They are very unique. There's one for dog lovers also, and there's little boxes, wrapped boxes underneath the tree with little other surprises for your pet.
There's a Mexican
that's
tree.
Pretty unique.
Yeah, Mexican tree. There's a Monica Noosh of the Shortstop restaurant did this fabulous pink tree for little girls would love this with all kinds of cooking things on it. It fit well into any kitchen. And then the mare's tree. Oh my God! Talk about the mare's tree. That's the one in the window.
It's huge. How tall would you say it was? It's huge. It's in the front window.
Maybe 9 to 10 feet. Yeah.
Yes, it's just beautifully decorated by a couple of women that do this regularly. They
for the Senior
trees.
Citizen Center, the Senior Center in Westfield. Right. Yes, yeah.
Yes, and there's a wreath that goes with the tree.
Those are the
tickets.
Those ladies are known as the tree fairies.
Oh, okay.
Marion Krause and I can't remember the other ladies.
Oh my God, we always forget Barbara Wozniak.
That's I believe you're correct.
Is that right?
I think so.
That's it.
Yes.
Are they really known as the tree fairy?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's very cool.
How do you like that?
I know Marion's daughter-in-law. Part of their extended elf crew. They call them the tree fairies.
Their handmade ornaments are incredible.
It's beautifully decorated.
Yeah,
beautifully.
So when folks go on the house tour this Sunday, they can also avail themselves of seeing the Tree Jubilee and put a bid in for another fundraiser for us for Westfield on weekends, and you get kind of like 2 events for the price of one there, and
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And there are a vendor or two that also has their wares available when you come in, so you might want to do some shopping as well.
The crafts fair. Oh, my God, yes, yeah. And if I might add, the 2 of my favorite artisans are coming this weekend. The women that make scarves, hats, and gloves from old sweaters.
And that's so popular.
Oh, wait till you see. I mean, they're really incredible. They both have the same name. I'm telling you, it's Karen, somebody like Karen Brown and Karen Brown. I can't remember what's the heck, but they're the 2 Karens. They're married brothers. How did that work? Well, yeah, they married brothers, and their names were Karen, so they have the same last name. Yeah. And so, at any rate, their wares are so wonderful, and you can purchase them as well. You know,
they are great stocking stuffers or great gifts outright. Very warm, and they're so unique. All of them. They're very cute. They sell very quickly.
Yeah, Tanya, what's your favorite memory from Christmas of years past?
Well, I think my favorite memory from Christmas is when Santa visited our house, and it was very late at night, and my son was only about 4 or 5 years old, and we had arranged for Santa. Well, we knew that Santa was coming up.
He knew especially that you were going to be waiting for him.
Yes, and we woke our son up because we heard noises on the roof, and we tiptoed over to his doorway. And we had made sure that we left Santa cookies and milk, and the Christmas tree was lit, but everything else was dark. So we peeked from the doorway, and his little face when he saw Santa come up the stairs, stop, pause, grab a bite of cookie, drink some milk, and leave a big bag of presents for him under the tree. It was magical. It was purely magical because you don't get to see Santa very often.
No, at your own.
We saw him yes, at our home.
And your son now has children of his own, or
No, we're waiting for that, but no pressure. But
no pressure. Yeah.
Don't know if that's going to happen.
Yeah,
but I hope so.
The homes at Christmas time, it is important for us to remember that Christmas is about family and community and love and peace and all that. And you really get a sense of that by taking this house tour this Sunday, I'd say. And
wonderful things happen during this season, and just the sharing, opening your doors and sharing your home with others is just a wonderful. It touches many hearts.
Yeah.
And,
so Tanya, let's go over everything. The house tour for Westfield and Weekends, which is part of December Fest, the big events, where you can find all the information at westfieldandweekends.com. It is when and where, etc., etc.
Okay, it's December 9th, 12 to 5, and a self-guided tour. If you have purchased a ticket, you just bring your ticket to trade in for a booklet at 105 Elm Street at Westfield Creative Arts. You'll receive your booklet, and then you are free to go on your self-guided tour. There's a map inside the booklet. If you haven't purchased a ticket yet, you can come in on the morning of December 9th and purchase your booklet directly. And take it with you on your tour.
I gotcha. And it all benefits Westfield on Weekends for all of our big events. You enjoy things like Music Fest, Pumpkin Fest, and December Fest. This is a way to help us support it because we are not a city organization. It's an all-volunteer organization. Tanya's been with us for a long while, and we just love having you on our board and being part of all the fun. And we thank you for helming the house tour.
Oh, you're so welcome. I'm glad to do it. I love being part of WOW. It's a very, very important organization to me and to our city. I think a lot of people don't realize how very vital we are in the community and how much we do for them. And thanks to you, Bob, and Jay as president, it's just a wonderful organization, and it's all dedicated to community. So it's a privilege to be part of it.
I love you, Tanya.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
WestfieldandWeekends.com is where you get all the information. Tanya, I'll see you at the meeting tonight.
Merry Christmas.
Yes, I'll see you at 5.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas to everyone. Jay, Steve, Merry Christmas.
And Happy Hanukkah. Today is the first night of Hanukkah. How could we forget?
Happy Hanukkah to those who are celebrating.
And the menorah lighting is tonight.
Menorah lighting is tonight, but the first night of Hanukkah was
Sunday night. Yep. But it's the third night of Hanukkah, the Mayor's menorah lighting on the green, 6:30, followed by a Latka party at the Boys and Girls Club. How do you like that? And it's all free.
Sounds wonderful.
Yeah.
Sounds wonderful.
So come down and join our Jewish community.
Live in Westfield.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you, Tanya. Hey, everybody, I'm going to play a song by Leslie Odom Jr. from Hamilton. It's not from Hamilton. He's from Hamilton. He's got a career out there. He's singing. He's got a great Christmas album out, but this isn't from his Christmas album. It's an old song called Look for the Silver Lining. It's number 1, Peter. We're going to come in at
I got it.
20. You got it all handled. Leslie Odom Jr., Look for the Silver Lining.
Grows without you, the seeds root, the flowers bloom, the children play, the stars scream, the poets dream, the eagles fly. Without you, the earth turns, the sun burns, but I die without you. Without you, the breeze warms, the girl smiles, the cloud moves. Without you, the tides change, the boys run, the oceans crash, the crowds roar, the days soar, the babies cry. Without you, the without you. Without you, the hand grabs, the ear hears, the pulse beats. Without you, the eyes gaze, the legs walk, the lungs breathe, the mind chase, the heart yearns, the tears dry. Without you, life goes on, but I'm gone, 'cause I'd without you.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Bay State Noble Hospital, a brand new name for a Westfield institution which is improving the health of our community every day with quality and compassion. Noble Hospital and Bay State Health, better together. Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Bay State Dental. Comprehensive dentistry at 14 convenient locations in Springfield, Chicopee, Longmeadow, West Springfield, Belchertown, East Longmeadow, Ludlow, Northampton, Greenfield, and Wilbraham, as well as 29 Broad Street in Westfield. Bay State Dental makes it a priority to help you achieve and maintain the healthy smile you deserve. On the web at baystatedental.com.
We thank the generosity of our underwriters. For more information, please contact the Westfield State Foundation at 413-572-8646.
Thursday morning from 6 till 8, it's Patrick Berry, owner of the Westfield News Group,
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield.
Wow, it's Tuesday morning. It is December 4th, 2018, and counting. And we have play the music a little in the background because I can't wait to see him well, actually, I can't see him because he's not here. Marco, where are you?
I'm at the pool, Bob. What can I say? It's foggy and dark, but I got my seat at the pool.
All righty. Hey, everybody. It's, yes, it's that time again. Mark is in Longmeadow. He's taken his seat at the pool, and he's got his umbrella in front of him. There's no rain today. You're going to be doing laps.
It's a bright, sunny day.
It's a bright, sunny day.
It's the only time you can get a seat at the pool.
Morning, the closing of the friendlies on Sumner
I know, huh? They closed all of a sudden.
Oh, no.
They never be able to have a fribble again.
Oh my gosh.
They did. They up and closed it without warning.
Really, they had to. It just
sign on the door.
Why?
Same thing they did in Westfield because they're struggling to survive right now.
Oh my gosh!
The corporate America's killed that brand.
Oh, too bad. Friendly ice cream. Well, we'll mourn it on Sumner Avenue.
It was one of those local restaurants that we all grew up with, and once it got too big, it changed, and I'm sorry to see them go, but they all have great memories.
Yeah, we will.
Oh, my God. Well, speaking of memories, you give us all great memories. Mark Auerbach is the critic extraordinaire, and we cannot help but thank you for all you've done to bring quality to our station. You have a Friday program that is really terrific, isn't it?
Well,
if you don't say so yourself.
It's very nice of you to say that. Somebody stopped me the other day and said, you have great guests on, and you ask them the questions that if I were introduced to them, I'd always want to ask. And so I'm really thrilled to get that kind of feedback, because I'm trying to bring some of the best creative talents in our area to the spotlight, so to speak. But when they talk about the things that are important to them and they don't pitch their next show or their next book or whatever, you learn a lot about what these people go through to create their art. And it's fascinating.
Yeah. Well, it's called Arts Beat. And when's the time? And tell us who you have on this week before we start talking.
We are on the air every Friday from 8 to 9 a.m. Live on WSKB at 89.5. You can stream us during the program at WSKB.org. And then WSKB, thanks to our engineer Peter Coles, has a YouTube channel. So you can, later on, go back and listen to a lot of our programming as a podcast.
Or you can actually watch it live on WestfieldTV.org, too. You can actually peek in the studio.
This Friday, well, actually today, in a couple of hours, our trusty engineer, Peter Coles, and Patrick Berry and I are going down to Hartford. We are going to tape a 2-hour show on the stage at Theater Works in Hartford, where Christmas on the Rocks is playing. And we'll be interviewing one of the playwrights, Jacques Lamar. We'll be interviewing the 3 members of the cast, Tom Bloom, Jen Harris, and Randy Harrison. And we'll be talking with Eric Ort, who's the Associate Artistic Director at Theater Works. The program will air, I believe, in its 2-hour entirety on Thursday on the Westfield News Show. Then part 1 of it will be on Arts Beat Radio on Friday, and part 2 the following Friday.
Actually, you're going to get the premiere because due to a scheduling change, and Patrick has to air it next week on the Westfield News Show. So you're going to get the first hour this week. Patrick's going to do both 2 hours next week, and you'll get the final hour next Friday.
That sounds terrific, and we'll have it up online pretty soon after it's put together. And I'm really excited about it. We've gone out on the road a couple of times this year. We went to Berkshire Theater Group, and we went to Cranwell and did a 2-hour program with Capital Steps. So
Mark likes to keep me busy.
Yeah, what's the setting of? Are you going to be in a bar on the set? Is it a bar?
We're going to be on the stage. It is a bar, kind of like an out-of-the-way bar, and the show takes place on Christmas Eve. And a bartender's trying to close up, and these characters walk in, and they're all dysfunctional adults, every last one of them. And as you get to know the characters, you realize, oh my gosh, that's Charlie Brown from A Charlie Brown Christmas, or the guy from Ralphie from A Christmas Story.
Oh, you're kidding.
Clara from The Nutcracker, or Karen from Frosty the Snowman. And it's 7 playlets that no more than maybe 10 minutes each. And it shows what these favorite child characters we had from the Christmas movies are like as grown-up adults, and they are all dysfunctional.
I love it. It sounds like a hoot. I mean, this is a very funny show.
It's a very funny show. Because Westfield News Group was sponsoring this run, we were all invited to the opening night, and I didn't really plan to review it because I'd reviewed it the last 2 times, and I ended up reviewing it. And it was, this is my 4th time seeing it, and there have been some changes. You know, they've taken a skit out, put a new one in. This one has a new cast member, Randy Harrison from television's Queer as Folk and the national tour of Cabaret, has taken over the part of what they call the man in it. He plays Charlie Brown and Tiny Tim from A Christmas Carol and some of the others. And the fact that he's new to the cast of 3 really changed the show quite a bit. And it's still funny, very funny, but I realized on this, my 4th viewing, that the show has a heart. And the last playlet with Charlie Brown, and is just it's sentimental, and it has a heart, and you realize that these are children that we all grew up with, and we've all changed over the years, and in reality, so have they.
Yeah, I wonder what kind of person Charlie Brown would be. I mean, like, he always he's the last guy picked, right? Basically.
Yeah, but I don't want to tell you how he turned out, because I think people should just go see Christmas on the Rocks.
Yeah.
And it runs through December 23rd at Theater Works.
Where is Theater Works, incidentally?
It's on Pearl Street, right in the heart of downtown. There's plenty of parking around it.
In Hartford?
It's in downtown Hartford.
Uh-huh. And can you get tickets online? There must be a website or something. Oh, let's
their
see.
website is twhartford.org. And you can get tickets online, and there's also a box office phone number where you can talk to a real-life human being.
Gotcha. Mark, this is a tradition for Theater Works, right?
This is the sixth year. A sixth consecutive year that they've done it. They haven't said whether they're going to do it again.
Yes.
But my assumption is that it has become a holiday tradition in Hartford, and people I talk to go year in and year out. And it was created to be something that's an alternative to a Christmas Carol. And I think it's becoming an equal tradition.
Yeah, isn't that funny? Yeah, because the Hartford stage has their traditional Christmas Carol.
Their traditional Christmas Carol is running through the holidays, and it's a big, lavish, spectacular production. Berkshire Theater Group has a more intimate version of A Christmas Carol that was created by Eric Hill, who happens this year to be playing Scrooge.
Right.
In their production, that's at the Colonial in Pittsfield. And there are touring productions of A Christmas Carol. There is a version at Goodspeed Musicals called A Connecticut Christmas Carol, which actually takes place on the Goodspeed stage. And it's the characters are played by famous Connecticut actors of historic times, like William Gillette, whose Gillette's Castle overlooks the Connecticut River down there. So it's an alternative version, and there's a radio version of it being done at Silverthorne Theater up in Greenfield. So there's plenty of Christmas carols.
The one Christmas Carol that's missing is our Christmas Carol. We decided to take a year off of the Christmas dinner with Charles Dickens that we used to do.
Since you and George weren't available, I'm going to see Eric Hill in Pittsfield.
It's a great. That's a great community show. I mean, the Pittsfield show, right, Mark? Everybody
is. It's a community show. I mean, it has over 100 people in it. And some of them are kids. Some of them are better community actors in the Berkshires.
Right.
And some of them are professionals. And they get together every year to do two community shows, one being A Christmas Carol in the winter, and another one is a musical of some sort during the summer.
Yeah. And I think James Taylor, as a resident of the Berkshires, performed.
James Taylor did a couple of performances several years back, and I can't remember what role he played. I didn't go, so I
think he was Bob Cratchit, if I'm not mistaken.
He was Bob Cratchit.
Yeah.
And his wife, who is an actress, Kim Taylor, she's been in a couple of productions of it, and
his kids, I bet.
People that are professional actors that have moved on from the Berkshires sometimes come back and do smaller parts there. And when you say it's a community theater,
yes, yeah,
it is the best community type theater there is, because it brings back people and it introduces a new generation of young actors, and some of them go on and do quite well.
You know what, Mark? It reminds me, if you're going with a sports analogy, it's like a farm team for Broadway. It really is, because a lot of people, if you're interested in going to Broadway, it's a great place to start your career.
Well, that's true, and not only that, but you know, I'm just writing up the best of the year to run a 3-part series in the Westfield News, and I'm looking at what went to Broadway this year, what went to New York from our area theaters, and it's astounding.
Yeah,
there's a show right now that started out at Shakespeare and Company 4 or 5 years ago called The Mother of the Maid, and it's the story of Joan of Arc's mother. And it has gone to the Public Theater while Hamilton and Chorus Line started, and it stars Glenn Close. The music was written by Alexander Savronsky, who's a local musician, and it's a big hit in New York. And Alexander, meanwhile, composed the music to the Pulitzer Prize-winning play Indecent, which opened at Arena Stage in Washington. And when I checked my email this morning, there is a review from the Washington Post, a rave review for the show and for him. And that's going on a national tour. So he started right here, one exit up the pike.
Yeah. It's incredible that we have that opportunity. Now, it's so 7:19 in the morning, but I wanted to tell everybody that HartfordStage.org is where you purchase tickets for A Christmas Carol, A Ghost Story of Christmas, and A Christmas Carol in Pittsfield with the community version with Eric Hill as Scrooge, BerkshireTheaterGroup.org. And A Connecticut Christmas Carol is at the Goodspeed Opera House. Beautiful place to see it, right?
It's actually at their Chester Theater. It's called the Norma Terrace in Chester, and that's goodspeed.org.
Goodspeed.org. Fabulous. It's actually in Chester, Connecticut. I was thinking Chester, Massachusetts all of a sudden. No, Chester, Connecticut. And that's November 30th to December 30th at Connecticut. And it stars Robert Cuccioli, who played Jekyll and Hyde on Broadway.
That production is supposed to be quite good.
Yeah.
They have not invited the critics to come see it. It's a work in development.
Got it.
And they actually did invite some of the press to come see it, but regrettably, or for them, and luckily for some of the press, that night is the same night that is press night at Hamilton.
Oh, gotcha. And we'll talk about... so, hey, let's take a break, Mark. I want to play, because you got me onto this woman, Storm Large.
Oh, yeah. She was a hoot.
Storm Large is the woman's name. Is that a real name?
That's her real name. She's from Exit 12 on the Mass Pike, as she explained to me when we chatted on the radio. She explained some other things to me, which I'm not going to repeat. I think Peter Cross can tell you that it's the only time I've blushed on the radio ever.
She's a true rock star.
Oh, yeah. God.
And Storm Large got her fame singing with the lounge band Pink Martini.
Yeah.
Storm Large has a great career on her own, and tomorrow night she's doing her new show, which is called Storm Large's Holiday Ordeal.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a one-nighter at the UMass Fine Arts.
Well, let's hear Storm Large. She's singing with her friend China Forbes, and she recreates a number that Barbra Streisand and Judy Garland did on their TV show. So at the beginning, and it was a Christmas television show, so you hear that. But she is the deeper voice. I think she's probably playing the Judy Garland role, and the other woman, whose name is China Forbes, is the Barbra Streisand role. So this is Happy Days Are Here Again, and Get Happy mashed up.
Merry Christmas, Judy.
Merry Christmas, Barbara.
We can pretend this is their Christmas special.
That's perfect.
Judy's Christmas special, and I'll be Barbara.
And you be Barbara. You're my guest.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
You've had such a wonderful career, and I will be taking over for you. Thank you, darling.
You're so welcome. Forget your trouble.
Happy days.
Come on, get happy.
Are here
We're gonna chase all your cares away.
Are clear again.
Shout hallelujah.
So let's sing a song.
Just get happy.
Cheer again.
We're going to the promised land
again.
The sun is shining
all together.
Come on, get happy.
Shout it now.
The Lord is waiting to take your hand.
Doubt it now.
Shout hallelujah.
So let's tell the
and
world
just get happy
about it now.
We're
happy
going
days
to the
promised land.
We're heading across the river. Soon your cares will all be gone.
There'll be no more from now on.
From now on, forget your troubles and just get happy.
WSKB is provided by Betts Plumbing and Heating Supply Company, an independent, family-owned wholesaler serving Westfield for over 50 years, specializing in plumbing, heating, and industrial piping supplies. On the web at bettsplumbing.com or at 14 Coleman Avenue in Westfield. Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Dunkin' Donuts Shops of Westfield and the Sardinia family. It's nice to know that even as the world changes, Dunkin' Coffee remains the same at 7 convenient locations throughout Westfield.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Westfield Bank. For more than 160 years, Westfield Bank has been an important community presence and commercial leader in the Pioneer Valley. With convenient full banking services in Westfield, West Springfield, East Longmeadow, Agawam, Feeding Hills, Springfield, Southwick, as well as Enfield and Granby, Connecticut, visit us on the web at westfieldbank.org. We thank the generosity of our underwriters. For more information, please contact the Westfield State Foundation at 413-572-8646.
Wednesday mornings from 6 till 8, it's Tina Gorman with Wake Up Wednesday.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield.
Wow, it's Westfield's Tuesday. Well, let me try that. Wow, again. It's Tuesday. From Westfield on weekends. Mark, sometimes your teeth don't go in the right place or whatever, you know?
I've heard that.
Hey, speaking of wonderful teeth, Storm Large is a beautiful woman with great teeth and a great singing voice, and she's going to appear at the, where is she anyway?
She's going to be tomorrow night at the Fine Arts Center at UMass, fineartscenter.com for tickets.
The Fine Arts Center, is it a good place to see a concert? Is it a big hall?
It's a huge hall. I've been to shows there. I've been to dance there and stuff. I happen to like it. It's really good for music.
Now, when she appears, I wonder if this is with an orchestra.
She's got a backup band with a nice Quebec name, Les Bonheurs, which sometimes she twists around a bit. She's definitely naughty in many of her her song renditions, but she's got a great voice. And one of the things I found interesting about her, I mean, I followed her solo career. She sings with symphonies. She sings with her own band. She's done a lot of musical theater, and she starred in the Portland, Oregon Stage Company's production of Cabaret, and also an autobiographical musical that she wrote, and she's a good actress. Yeah.
Wild. Well, and so you would go on, how do you get tickets for that?
I would just call the Fine Arts Center box office, which is 413-545-2511.
545-2111, and that's 2511, and that's at UMass, right? All right. Hey, Marco, I this morning I'm reading this review from the New York Times. The Cher show opened last night on Broadway. Do you know anything about this show?
I know a little bit about it. I know a couple of people that saw it in previews seem to like it.
They liked it?
It's the biography of Cher.
Yeah.
3 different people play Cher in the course of the show. And it's all Cher's music.
Yeah.
I suspect it's going to be a tourist hit. Like they had a musical about Donna Summer.
Yeah, which is closing, I hear. That Summer is closing this winter.
Yeah, the big show in New York that people are lining up for that's new is a musical called The Prom, which opened just before Thanksgiving. And it's the story of a small-town high school in somewhere in the Midwest, and a girl is denied the opportunity to take her girlfriend to the prom, and a group of out of work Broadway stars decide to take this girl's plight as their cause, and they go out there to turn the prom into a national thing, and it stars Beth Level, who was in The Drowsy Chaperone. It's written by the people who wrote The Drowsy Chaperone, and it's just a spoof and a very large, funny musical, and it got rave reviews.
Oh, I know. I was really surprised because to me it sounds a little bit like Dirty. Now, what's that song? That was it. Dirty Dancing? No, there was another one. Flashdance, or a town that didn't accept something. Footloose, or Hairspray, even. You know, trying to make it.
It actually, from the reviews and from the word of mouth and everything, is really terrific.
I know. I'm amazed. I saw a little clip of it at the Macy's St. Patrick's Day Parade, and actually it got a lot of press because the Macy's St. Patrick's Day Parade had 2 women kissing.
Was it the holiday? No, the Christmas parade.
What did I say? St. Patrick's Day. I keep calling it that. The Macy's Christmas Day Parade, St. Patrick's Day Parade. You're
a little early for that.
It was Thanksgiving, but we won't tell anybody.
All right.
The show is as innocuous and sweet as could possibly be. There's nothing controversial in it.
Apparently, except this kiss at the end of the number, apparently must be the finale or something of the show that they had.
Bob, you're not living in Mississippi. This is Western Massachusetts.
All right. Yeah.
I don't think that people will be offended by it, and I mean, it's the premise of the entire show is that this girl wants to take her girlfriend to the senior prom.
Hey, who wouldn't?
Who wouldn't?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
So I think that the fact that it's a new musical that is not adapted from a movie,
right?
That is not adapted from another musical,
right?
We need new stuff on Broadway, and
it's directed by Casey Nicholaw, the guy that did Book of Mormon, my old roommate's friend.
Yeah, and the thing is, I mean, we don't get to see a lot of truly original stuff on Broadway right now. There's another musical called Come From Away, which will be at the Bushnell this spring.
Oh, I got to see this again.
The story of the townspeople of Gander, Newfoundland, after 9/11, when a lot of planes were diverted there, and how the town took in the passengers on these planes.
Mm-hmm.
And Hamilton, which opens tonight at the Bushnell and runs through the end of the month. Hamilton is totally original. It's not based on a movie. It's based on the real-life story of a political figure.
Well, Hamilton, of course, is the hard-to-get ticket all over the world. Are we going to be able to get tickets for Hamilton?
Hamilton is technically sold out. When it went on sale at the Bushnell, everything was sold. But they have a certain amount of house seats that they're going to release every day, and they've got a ticket lottery. And if you go to the Bushnell's website, which is bushnell.org, you'll find out information about how to get whatever tickets happen to be there on a given day. And the one thing that I would caution people, if you're going to go, and the ticket prices are not cheap, but if you're going to go, buy the tickets through the Bushnell, because if you buy them through a third party and you pay more money, and you lose the ticket, you've lost the ticket. The Bushnell will protect the people who bought tickets through the Bushnell.
So explain that.
You mean like counterfeit tickets that are out there, and they will only accept those tickets that came out of their box office.
So scalpers are trying to sell tickets? Is that what's happening? That aren't really there?
At Hamilton cities across the country, in the same way it happens at sporting events and big rock shows. People buy up blocks of tickets when they go on sale, and they resell them at a major profit, and they may resell them 2 or 3 times. So if you don't buy your ticket specifically from the box office, you're not protected if somebody sold you a counterfeit ticket.
Wild. Would you recommend that in New York City, that you be careful?
I'm always recommending people that you either buy your tickets through the box office directly, or through Telecharge or Ticketmaster, which are, recognized ticket sellers, or through some of the things like TKTS at Times Square, or Broadway Box, which is an online ticket seller, which is totally vetted. But when you go to a third party like StubHub or you go to Craigslist or something like that to respond to a thing, you don't know whether what you're buying is real or counterfeit.
That's the good knowledge to have. Is there a TKTS place in Boston and or Hartford?
There is one in Boston. I don't think there's one in Hartford. There's one in the Berkshires during the summer. And, you can go and ask any one of the theaters in Hartford or the Berkshires or even in Boston if there is such a place. And they'll tell you where you can go because they dump their unsold tickets on these ticket booths the day of the show.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of Hamilton, Leslie Odom Jr. was, did he play Aaron Burr in the show?
He played Aaron Burr. He got the Tony, and he's performing with the Hartford Symphony Orchestra this weekend at the Bushnell.
Yeah, I played a little bit of a song of his earlier.
He may have just performed. No, he's performing this weekend.
It's with the Hartford Symphony at the Bushnell.
That's right, and then Hamilton opens next week.
Okay, so and he's doing holiday tunes. He's got a new holiday album out, I know, and he's a really dynamic star, unbelievable.
He is so exciting to watch, and he's a great jazz singer, and he cut his own album, and he's been touring with it, and that particular tour is coming to the Hartford Symphony Pops. But he also was on, there was a television series on for a while called Smash, which was about Broadway.
Oh, I remember this, yes,
and
of
he
course.
had a small part in that. He made his Broadway debut in Rent.
Gotcha. So, well, he's been around for a while then, huh?
Yeah.
Almost as long as Tchaikovsky's been around, because Tchaikovsky's The Nutcracker is also appearing this weekend.
Yeah, there's Nutcrackers abounding. And they
Nutcrackers are abounding. Get your walnuts out.
Yeah, and the thing about the Nutcracker is, it is here in America, it's a big holiday ballet.
Yeah.
In Europe, it's part of the repertoire, so to speak. But our Springfield Symphony maestro, Kevin Rhodes, is in Oslo, Norway right now, conducting their version of the Nutcracker at the Norwegian National Ballet. And then he returns to the Vienna State Opera Ballet to conduct their version of the Nutcracker. So he does a lot of Nutcrackers abroad.
Clara and the Nutcracker. Clara has a little dream. Is that how it works? And
yeah, Clara goes to a family party.
Yeah.
And she kind of falls asleep and has a dream that all the toys come to life. And she's swept away to what they call the kingdom of the sweets, which are all the desserts and candies and coffees. And she wakes up at the end.
Gotcha. And it's all a dream, just like Dallas, just like Roxanne on television. It's all a dream.
It's all a big dream, and people dance, and it's all food groups dancing. all the stuff
food groups dancing.
To be eating.
Yeah. Hey, I actually have the Pentatonics have a new album out, and for Christmas, of course. I think it's called "This Is Christmas," and every Christmas I end up playing lots of pentatonics, and every album seems to have another little version of a Tchaikovsky Nutcracker theme. And so this one has a really sweet song. Well, it's not a song, actually. It's a vocal version of the Waltz of the Flowers. Those are those white, they all are in white tutus, and they all come out and whatever. It's beautiful. And so here's Pentatonics doing the Waltz of the Flowers. Now, to me, it sounds like it's been sped up because I've never heard Kristen Maldonado's voice so high. It sounds a little like mice doing this, but who knows? At any rate, Pentatonics, the Waltz of the Flowers, and we'll be back with Mark Auerbach.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Commercial Distributing Company of Westfield. Now in its third generation of family ownership, Commercial is one of the premier beverage distributors of Western Massachusetts. The Plasek family and the staff of Commercial Distributing wishes you good times throughout the year and urges you to drink responsibly. Underwriting for community radio is provided by the YMCA of Greater Westfield. Every day, the YMCA strengthens the community through programs and services focused on youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility. For all the Y's many programs and services, visit us on the web at www.westfieldymca.org. The YMCA, 67 Court Street in downtown Westfield. We're more than a gym. We're a cause. We thank the generosity of our underwriters. For more information, please contact the Westfield State Foundation at 413-572-8646. Wednesday mornings start off right from 6 to 8 a.m. with Tina Gorman and Wake Up Wednesday.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield.
Wow, it's Tuesday morning. It is December 4th, 2018, and counting. I'm here with Jay Pagluka, trustee sidekick. Hello, Jay.
Hello.
Hey, kitten of the keys over there.
Yeah. No worries.
Here, I'll give you a little bowl of milk there. Wow. Hey, Marco. Mark Auerbach, critic extraordinaire, is at the pool. Have you done a lap or two during the break?
No, the pool's covered because it's icy.
Oh, I gotcha.
Let's say, what do you think? Mark is an icebreaker or something?
No, I don't do cold water.
Oh my gosh! I used to. When I was a kid, for some reason, I decided that I would, at the end of every shower, turn on the cold water because somebody told me that that was good for the skin.
Shrinkage.
So yeah. I don't. Cold showers are not for me. Now that I think about it, as an older man, I cannot do it. Yeah. Hey, Mark. Hello.
I'm here.
I want to ask you. The name of Storm Large's show is Holiday Ordeal.
Storm Large's Holiday Ordeal.
Yeah. Now tell me, do you view Christmas and Hanukkah and all of these wonderful holidays as an ordeal, as a critic? What's the ordeal? If I said to you, holiday ordeal, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
It has nothing to do with the arts, actually, or my work schedule, because right now, most arts reporters are writing their best of the year pieces. And I'm sort of sitting around. Mine is going to play out over 3 weeks, and in print, and then on the 21st on air, several of my fellow theater reporters are going to join me for a roundtable discussion about what was great and what wasn't.
Oh, that's a great idea.
On WSKB, but
yeah.
Chris Rumman from the Valley Advocate and Peter Bergman from the Berkshire Theater Critics Association and Fred Sokol from Talking Broadway. They're going to share what they thought were the hits and misses of the year.
Oh, I love that. Well, but for me, the holiday ordeal, I picture myself in the store on Christmas Eve, and it's 6 o'clock, and people are I mean, Christmas buying in stores. Oh God, that's a real ordeal for me. Trying to find a present for my brother is beyond me. It's totally bad. Do you have those kind of friends who you can't?
Because what I've done is I do most of my shopping online.
Do you?
And when I need to buy something for somebody and I don't know what they want,
yeah, what do you do?
I do a gift card. People always like gift cards, and I really try to not get stressed out over the holidays. My father's family celebrates Hanukkah. And
yes,
Hanukkah
which is tonight. Oh, well, this is the week of Hanukkah. It started on Sunday.
It started on Sunday night.
Yeah.
I stopped over there very briefly, gave him a card, and moved on from all the from the family stresses and stuff like that. And Christmas is kind of quiet around our house, and so I try to keep chill, as they say, during the holidays. I don't get wrapped up in the frenzy, and I feel much better for doing that.
Oh, for me, it's since we plan everything for the first 2 or 3 weeks of Christmas, by the end of the season, I'm just wanting to just sort of go into a cocoon and read my book and drink my wine and watch a little Christmas show on television and be happy. But I'm telling you that you're right. I don't know how to de-stress at Christmas. Any suggestions?
Well, what I would do is enjoy some of the holiday fare that's out there. There's some good plays and good musicals. For me, Christmas on the Rocks, which makes fun of the holidays in a fun way, is always good.
Yeah.
But after that, I'm going to stay away from, like seeing the Nutcracker for the 2000th time and stuff like that. And to me, the best part of the holidays is hanging out with your friends.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I don't have any friends, Mark.
Oh, poor thing.
You're so full of crap, Bob.
Yeah, I don't have any place to go or whatever.
But listen, guys, if you're looking for things to buy me, I have I have a pretty good list of audio
audio stuff.
Yes.
Give us an example.
So the 1,000-watt movable gimbal machine?
Yeah. Give me your top the thing.
I need PA in the next year. My double 18 bass bins from QSC, a QSC 2,000-watt amp. And then I still need a couple more KLAs to fill out my line arrays.
You want to do small venues, like a 6,000 seat amphitheater or something, right?
Yeah.
Small venues.
We're still working on this.
Jay,
if you have any questions, just call me.
Jay, I'm gonna be that Santa in Christmas Story where I give you the boot down. Get lost, kid. If you can't talk in English, don't talk at all, right? Yeah. Mark, what would be the perfect gift for you? What would you like?
For me?
Yes.
I would like somebody to pick up the tab and take me to Paris for a couple of days over the February school vacation, if they happen to be listening. I think that would be just like a perfect getaway. I want a winter getaway. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. And Peter Coles, is there a perfect gift for you?
For me, I would like to get away somewhere too, nice and warm for Christmas. I wouldn't mind being in Florida or Arizona or something, just to warm up in that nice little break in the middle of winter.
See, I'm just the opposite. This is what I want for Christmas. I want another fleece. I want another. My fleece is getting old. My fleece is not as furry as it used to be. I don't know. How do
you know how many one-liners that just sets us up for, Bob?
Mark, do you find
I'm listening, and my jaw is agape. Can somebody please take Mr. Platt to the mall right
now? No. Somehow or other, my fleece is getting. I don't know. Now my fleece is getting old. I'm an old man, but there, I need new fleece. We
need to hook you up with Zap because he's got those great fleece,
the
vests. Yes.
Well, I got one of those.
We'll need to introduce you to Mary because her little lamb had fleeces.
He doesn't wear white in the wintertime.
Oh my God!
Yeah. But lambs have winter white.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, this weekend we have the house tour. They have a house tour in Longmeadow. Is there a Christmas house tour in Longmeadow? Or
I don't know if they do or not.
Yeah, I know they do in Springfield and also West Springfield, but Westfield's house tour is this coming Sunday. It's from 12 to 5. You can get your tickets ahead of time at the Westfield Athenaeum and at Pilgrim Candle and at Blended Vintage Marketplace and at Westfield Creative Arts, which is at 105 Elm Street. And the proceeds go to fund all of the great Pumpkin Fest, December Fest, Music Fest, Westfield Creative Arts, all the programming of Westfield on weekends. And you can find out about that at westfieldonweekends.com. And also, we have the Jubilee, the Tree Jubilee, which is Westfield's first Tree Festival is going on at 105 Elm Street, and it's Thursday and Friday from 12 until 7 o'clock at night.
And all those trees are up for raffle, right?
Yes. And Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, it's from 10 till 3 in the afternoon. And they're all up for raffle, so you can go to the house tour and see the Tree Jubilee. Hey, this weekend we've got Holiday Spirit, which is the Westfield Women's Club production. Kathy Palmer and Marion Dunk have done a great job. It's a wonderful show, and you can get tickets by calling go online to the Westfield Theater Group. .com, and you can see Holiday Spirit, another great community musical. And on Friday night, Mark, get this, I'm hosting, I'm the MC at the Winter Gala here at Westfield State. All of the musical groups at Westfield State, from the theater groups to the jazz to the big band, are all on one stage for one evening. It's Friday night. It's at 7 o'clock. We'd love to have you, and it is I think it's free donations at the door, and you got to hear these great musicians. Really wonderful. Winter. Oh, where is it? It's at Dever Stage, Parenzo Hall. Yeah. Parenzo Hall.
Just wander around.
Dever Stage, and right up here on Western Avenue. So it's free, 7 o'clock Friday evening. Did I cover everything? Hey, Mark. Lin-Manuel Miranda's had a good week, hasn't he?
I would say he has, between Hamilton doing well all over the globe,
right,
and Mary Poppins opening. It's good times for him. And a lot of people don't know, he went to Wesleyan, which is a college just south of Hartford.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah, he's a Wesleyan grad.
He is one of my favorites, and he is doing Hamilton in Puerto Rico to help the folks of Puerto Rico out after the hurricane, and he's down there now playing the role Aaron Burr. But this weekend he got a star on Hollywood Boulevard. And
he is so deserving. He is so deserving of all the accolades that he gets.
Oh my God! And he won a Kennedy Center honor. The Kennedy Center honors were this week. They're going to be broadcast the day after Christmas, and so that's going to be some show. All musicians on that show. Everyone that's being honored. Jazz musician Wayne Shorter. Oh God, Reba McEntire and Lin-Manuel Miranda, and oh gosh, I can't remember who all else. Oh, I think Cher. I think that Cher is getting a Kennedy Center Honor Award, if I'm not mistaken.
That's possible.
Yeah, and you can see her biography on Broadway. It's called The Cher Show.
While we went to break, I went and looked at the New York Times review.
Yeah.
The reviews are not great, but I don't think that's going to stop people from lining up at the box office to see it.
Yeah, it talks about Cher's life as a television show, with skits and stuff from various parts of her life.
Well, I just kind of skimmed it over, but I suspect it's going to be a big hit.
I would think that all these Cher lovers. Do you like Cher?
She's got a huge following.
Yeah. She does have a huge following, and the costumes alone. I'm sure her costumes by Bob Mackie. I bet he must be doing the costumes for this show. How could they not?
Yeah, Bob Mackey's involved, and of course, what he did costume-wise for Sharon, for some of the other people.
Yeah,
he's a phenomenal designer.
Oh my God, he's so great, so great. Hey, for me, the holiday season would not be the holiday season without a wonderful movie opening at Christmas time. Mary Poppins. I can't wait for Mary Poppins Returns. And finally, they've released a couple of songs from it. So here's Lin-Manuel Miranda's version of Trip the Light Fantastic from Mary Poppins Returns. This is probably the first time you're going to hear this song, and it won't be the last because it's a toe tapper.
Let's say you're lost in a park, sure, you can give in to the dark, or you can trip a little light fantastic with me. When you're alone in your room, you're choice is just embrace the gloom, or you can trip a little like fantastic with me. For if you hide under the covers, you might never see the day. But if a spark can start inside your heart, then you can always find the way. So when life is getting dreary, just pretend that you're a leery as you trip a little like fantastic with me.
What's a leery?
Why, it's what we lamplighters call ourselves, of course. Leeries, trip the lights and lead the way. Now when you're stuck in the mist, sure you can struggle and resist, or you can trip a little like fantastic with me. Now say you're lost in the crowd, well you can stamp and scream out loud, or you can trip a little like fantastic with me. And when the fog comes rolling in, just keep your feet upon the path. Mustn't mope and frown, or worse lie down, don't let it be your epitaph. So when life is getting scary, be your own illuminary, who can shine the light for all the world to see, as you trip a little like fantastic with me. A leery loves the edge of night, though dim to him the world looks bright. He's got the gift of second sight
to trip a little like fantastic.
A leery's job's to light the way,
to take the night and make it day.
We mimic the moon, yes that's our aim,
for we're the keepers of the flame.
And if you're deep inside a tunnel and there is no end in sight, well just carry on until the dawn. It's darkest right before the light. A little like fantastic, won't you trip a little like fantastic? Come on, trip a little like fantastic with me. You all back home. Now if your life is getting foggy, that's no reason to complain. There's so much in store inside the door of 17 Territory Lane. So when troubles are incessant, simply be more incandescent, for your light comes with a lifetime guarantee. As you trip a little like fantastic, won't you? Trip a little like fantastic. Come on, trip a little like fantastic.
Say, hey, Marco, what do you think?
I like it. I think I would listen to that a second or third time.
Yeah. It's written by Mark Shaman, the guy that wrote Hairspray, and the other man who wrote the lyrics to Hairspray. So it's got some credentials, and I can't wait. It's going to come out December 17th with Dick Van Dyke and Emily Blunt and Meryl Streep and Lin-Manuel Miranda. Mary Poppins Returns. You're going to go and see it for sure, aren't you?
Well, I'm not a movie goer particularly, but I will go.
Oh, I bet you will go.
I still have to go see A Star Is Born.
Oh, that's right. Well, we'll talk about that sometime. At any rate, hey, Mark, we wish you the happiest Hanukkah of ever and the merriest of Christmas and holiday seasons. And we wish...
Happy holidays.
Yeah,
kind of covers it all.
Happy holidays. There's so many of them.
Yeah.
Coming up. And that's one of the cool things, when you think about it. It's not just Hanukkah or Christmas or New Year's, but there are at least hundreds of festivals of all kinds. And
oh yeah,
nice
Denali. Yeah, it's exactly right. It's a
Festivus,
season.
Kwanzaa.
Yeah. It's a season of community. It's a season of light, and we wish you the merriest. And your program on Friday is tell everybody Artsbeat, and when is it on? And who do you got?
Artsbeat Radio every Friday from 8 to 9, and this Friday coming up will be part 1 of a special that we are all headed to Hartford to tape in a few minutes.
Yes.
From the stage of Theater Works of Christmas on the Rocks.
Ah, it's terrific. All righty.
Gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be great fun. So, all righty, everybody, thank you, Mark. This weekend, remember that there are the following things. On Friday night, free Winter Gala at Devere Stage, Parenzo Hall, Westfield State University. It's a beautiful free concert with all of the great ensembles from the music department here at Westfield State. I'm honored to MC it, and we look forward to seeing you there. On Saturday afternoon, there's a matinee at 2 o'clock and a show at 7:30 of Holiday Spirit at the Westfield Women's Club. And on Sunday evening, well, it's actually Friday night. If you can't come to the as well, Holiday Spirit is Friday night. Kathy says we're good, so that's right. Yeah. And then on Sunday, you can go to the house tour, which is from 12 to 5. You get your tickets at Westfield Creative Arts, 105 Elm Street. At the door, Westfield Athenaeum, Pilgrim Candle, our blended vintage marketplace, and that's great. And the final thing is the Tree Jubilee, which is happening at the Renova Gallery from Thursday until Sunday. We look forward to seeing everybody. All the info is at westfieldonweekends.com. And now I can shut up and get going and volunteer out there. I got a show to do. I think I'm on Ken Stomsky's show for just a bit today.
Yeah, I can use you for a minute or two.
All right. Hello, goodbye, and Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year, and Happy Hanukkah, everyone.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Bay State Dental. Comprehensive dentistry at 14 convenient locations in Springfield, Chicopee, Longmeadow, West Springfield, Belchertown, East Longmeadow, Ludlow, Northampton, Greenfield, and Wilbraham, as well as 29 Broad Street in Westfield. Bay State Dental makes it a priority to help you achieve and maintain the healthy smile you deserve. On the web at baystatedental.com.
We thank the generosity of our underwriters. For more information, please contact the Westfield State Foundation at 413-572-8646.
It's Tuesday morning from 6 till 8. Wow, it's Tuesday with Bob Plass.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from the